and welcome to the channel. And I don't normally do this, but today I have decided to do some squishy makeovers, and that is because we love Moriah Elizabeth, who normally does a whole channel of different art projects, but also a lot of squishy makeovers. And it's been kind of hard to get these squishies because they are not legal here in Denmark. So we have we've been searching, and we found some used ones as well, and we are going to give them some makeovers. So we have some different ones, and are we sure about what we're going to do?
Yeah.
Not quite, no, but we have some ideas. And anyways, I hope this is going to be a fun video and that we'll end up with some cool projects. Okay, let's get started. So what we have here that we're going to use for the projects is a lot of different old squishies. There is some fabric paint, some fabric glue as well, a lot of white paint to simply create a base. We have lollipop sticks and these dotting tools. We are going to see if we can also use other sharp things perhaps for that. And then paint brushes, and then of course try to have a surface here that won't get damaged. Okay, and welcome to this part of the video where I sit here and narrate everything that's happening. And I'm gonna start off by using all these little teddies, these little bears, because I wanted to make this cute bear family that Moriah Elizabeth has also done. And my intention wasn't to make the exact same version of it that she did. It's not to make a copy of her one, but just to make my version of it. So I'm beginning by cutting off all the little extra bits where the squishies have been taken out of the mold. I don't know exactly how squishies are made, but I assume that there's some kind of mold, and that's why there are these extra stripes with a little bit of squishy sticking out. Yeah, I assume that's what's going on. And that's what I'm then trying to cut off, and cutting. This takes a while, even though I've been speeding this up. Okay, but here we have the three bears, and I'm now trying to find some paint. And the point of this was to give them a good white base coat. That's what Moriah does, and yes, she uses matte paint. And as you can see, I bought slick paint, and it covers nothing. But on the footage, you can still see me going ahead and trying my best and just being really disappointed because, it doesn't really cover, and it doesn't look like Moriah makes it look. But I'm still, not giving up, trying and seeing if it just needs a couple of coats. And also then really figuring out, like, how do I do it? How do I hold them at the same time? And it always looks so effortlessly with Moriah, because I guess she does a bit and then doesn't film her waiting. So she never gets the gross fingers that I did. And that's me trying to cover up the hole in the little baby teddy's head. I pulled out the little plug from the keychain holder and filled that with some paint, and now trying to cover him. And the white slick paint, it almost does nothing for him either. Okay, so away with them, that didn't really work. And now trying this one, which I guess in Moriah's videos turned out to be Crooked Eye Marie. Maybe? I think so. My kids know the details because they have watched them a gazillion times. I've only watched them maybe a couple of times each, I guess, but they're still really good. Just trying to do that kind of puppy paint thing that she says, and just not really having the expertise that Moriah does. And maybe I should also just try to let it dry some more. That's the problem with her videos, that you think it takes no time because she just does it and then she does something else. So you kind of don't really get the idea of the actual time frame of it. And now for a fun little surgical job, because I had these two cute ones, and I'm going to place the little bear on top of the ice cream cone. I thought that's like a classic cute Moriah, and that was me trying to cut open or cut that bear in half so just to see if I can make it fit on top of the cone. And that actually also takes some training. But that's also something that Moriah will, she'll often then add a little extra piece because you have, cut off too much without really noticing. And then on with the fabric glue, just trying to use that, and never having used it before for this, you don't have any idea of how much you actually need. And you don't know exactly how long it needs to wait there with the rubber bands. But yeah, putting a little bit of extra fabric glue on, and then lots of elastic rubber bands just to keep it in place. And yeah, sorry little bear, you look a little bit squished there. But onto the mermaid. Again, cutting, and taking out that little thing and seeing how big is that hole. Oh, actually, yeah, now taking out the little thing. Checking out the hole, if that's going to be filled up with something. And now I just cut a little bit too much off this side then, but yeah, some fabric glue in, and then a little bit of extra foam. That's from the bear, actually. Good to have these cut off limbs lying around so you can use them for filling, and that little barbecue stick. And now just seeing if my white paint for some reason now works magically, and it doesn't. But the other paint I have seems more opaque, so that's why I'm actually mixing the white with light blue, just to see if that will cover it up. And that seems to work a little bit better. But it's still really weird to paint on when you're used to painting on paper and canvases that are meant for painting on. So yeah, it's definitely fun. And here that's me putting in the stick, thinking that then I can just turn it around and I can paint the whole thing as if it magically dries in seconds, and it doesn't. And yeah, I feel kind of stupid watching this after, now that I know how it went, that I keep doing this without really thinking about it. Okay, onto the bears again. I have not given up on you, and yes, it didn't really work with the white, but it seems that the small colors I have are better at covering. So that's why I'm using some white and some yellow, mixing that in together. I don't have a little mixing painting song, and I'm hoping that will, cover them more. And I have a plan with the bears now. I'm not going to tell. Maybe you will have an idea what it is I'm going to do. It's not Winnie the Pooh, even though it kind of looks like a Winnie the Pooh color. It could be a Winnie the Pooh family. Maybe it will change into a Winnie the Pooh family after a while. Who knows? But yeah, it doesn't cover as well as I hoped. So my heart is really breaking at this point, because this was going to be a brilliant experience, and I was just going to unleash my creativity on squishies, and yeah, it didn't work that well. What am I going to do now? I'm going to grab a panda bun, pull out the thing, prepare that like I have done with all the other ones. And that one had a big hole, so that needs to be filled up with some things. And I'm actually not really sure that I'm doing this right, because I'm just putting some stuff in the hole. But I'm just thinking, how is it that Moriah does it? Because she gets it to be kind of like a sleek area. I gotta watch some more videos for research. And then just cutting off some little bits there. Yeah, they're stuck to the paper. And what color am I going to go for here? I'm not just going to go white, am I? I'm going to go a little bit of beige in, and Caroline, yeah, that's not going to work. Oh, and some blue too. I'm going to create like this minty vintage, yeah. Oh, that was a weird cut. But yeah, I just found my hairdryer. And this is not a heating tool like some have. They have a heating tool. I just have a hairdryer. So it still makes a lot of noise. But I was hoping that was going to make it all better. And yeah, let's see if it does. Let's see if it makes it better. It did seem to make them a little bit drier, but it was like they didn't dry in the right way. And you can see on the little Papa Bear, he's lost a little piece of his chin, where you can see through to the black and it's to the brown, and it's like it doesn't really cover up. So not so great, but I'm giving it a go. I'm going in with some more yellow, trying to cover the brown white mess that I've made on their faces, just seeing if I can get something that is actually proper yellow, just trying to cover that little thing. I need some yellow concealer. And then it's time for the mermaid. And this part of the video is actually okay. This is not like an utter fail. And I remember doing this and my kids were like, yeah, that looks nice. Yeah, that like suddenly it looked like it was supposed to look. Or less like a train wreck and more like, you know, not when Moriah does it, because that would be far-fetched to say, but just looked more right. And not that color perhaps. You can see I'm adding more and more color because it needs to cover, so she's going to turn into like a very underwater kind of zombie mermaid. But at least there is some kind of coverage, and that makes me happy at this point, definitely. So a greenish, zombie-ish underwater skin color, and then some dark green for her tail. And see, now this is nice. This was such a great feeling of seeing paint covering the squishy like it was supposed to. That made me believe in the squishy future that I have. Definitely. And then some orange hair. Yeah, just some more red in. I'm gonna go proper Ariel hair color here. And that was also nice because see, that covers. Oh man, if all the squishy painting could be like that. Yeah, that's for once nice to watch. Maybe not my hair, but the squishy painting there that's going on. So, you know, for sure I'm going to ruin this at some point, you know that, but for now it looks good. And I'm going in with the dotting tool and just always wondering, what is it? Why is that she doesn't use a little tiny paintbrush? And you can also use a little tiny paintbrush like I'm doing here, but the dotting tool, like, that is good for little details, and yeah, it creates a different effect, and it's kind of nice to lay some details on there and clean up edges with the dotting tool. So that definitely works. That is cool, and I'm really glad I bought that. And I am not doing the back now. I'm letting her rest until that's dried, right? And now, little fox cat, what are you gonna be? Okay, I'm choosing a dark color. I'm practically going for the color that the bears were, like a dark brown, because I just want to see some coverage now. Basically, that's what I'm into. So looks super chocolatey from here. A nice little chocolate cat fox something. And just trying to do the whole thing, and I can tell myself that it's a bad idea. So I'm just doing the back. Yes, great. And does this... Nah, it doesn't quite stick yet. I'm just trying to clean up some edges, but I can see that it doesn't really stick properly, and I'm just trying to get it to hold down a little bit more so those edges don't open up as much. So more rubber bands on for you, my little friend, and some more time to wait. Yes. Panda Bun, what's going to happen to you? Panda Bun, I have lost, I've run out of ideas, and basically now I just want to cover things up, and I don't have that many interesting colors, so I'm making you blue, and I don't know what my thought was for this, because it's not going to be something edible, but it's like a cool blue button, perhaps. Anyways, just for the pleasure of watching, again, something that covers, you can't see the Panda Bun face underneath, and that's nice, isn't it? Some more color, just trying to make it light blue. Also, not quite knowing if that's okay to do, if it's okay to like put on some more paint when the first isn't properly dry, or if that's a bad idea. I guess I will learn a lot from this squishy making experience, because, you know, I'm a super beginner at this stage. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going along, and I would really like a help hotline to Moriah or somebody else who knows what they're doing. But yeah, I'm feeling okay. Yeah, great. Did you see that? This is me giving up again. Like, what? That didn't just happen, did it? No. And now you can see, oh, you can just peel off the face. Oh man. Nobody wants to have a face that can be peeled off. And, well, does somebody want to have their red hair painted on while the first layer isn't properly dry? I guess not. But I'm just going ahead anyways. Just a little bit of a self-destructive mode here, because everything is kind of bad. I'm just making it more bad. Yes, making some red hair go on to little bear. Can you hear me crying? No, I'm not crying. I'm just annoyed. Okay, what am I doing here? I am now desperate and I'm taking another squishy, trying to figure out what to do with that, filling the little head hole with some foam and some fabric glue, squeezing it in, pushing it in, and then again just painting it with a solid color green mixed with some white in hope that it will cover. And yeah, I'm really just using the rest of my paint here because I don't like when it goes to waste. So I'm just trying to use it all up with these squishies that I've got left over that I wanted to try to do something with. So this is simply just to make something with what I have left. And again, I have that little problem with where I'm holding on to it, that I don't know how to paint all of it, or I don't know how to not paint all of it, and I kind of want to paint all of it, and then I have to put it down somewhere where the paint then sticks, so that's not really good. And then I'm just doing the panda bun once more because I had this brown paint left over, and of course it makes sense to do something brown chocolatey with that, and then just doing something red, and then just giving up. Okay, so this was really a huge fail, quite a tragedy actually. We didn't have any matte white fabric paint, so trying to paint it white at the beginning was impossible, and I probably didn't wait long enough between the coats even though I had a hairdryer, because they're quite sticky and then they kind of peel off because I'm also putting them on this cardboard. Yeah, that's probably really stupid. So I'm going to try to buy some matte white fabric paint and also find some sanding paper so I can actually sand them before, because that also seems like that's a bit of the problem, that they're simply too sleek. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this massive fail, and just you could laugh at me and how horribly wrong I was doing things. I wanted to say this was fun. I don't think it was. It was just really, really tough. When you've seen somebody do it and you think it's going to be really easy and you're going to master it and it's going to be fine, and then you end up with like some ugly, ugly stuff. But anyways, I will try to fix all of these some other time. So until then, thanks for watching and bye.